What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the simulator. Welcome back to the channel. Turbo Talon Golf, YouTube. It's the 11th of October, a Saturday, 2025. Today we're going to play, for this particular live stream, I think we'll play Bogey's Backyard Golf League at Bay Point Nicklaus. Let's go ahead and check out the vitals here. 6,300 yards, give or take. Saturday pins. Gimme auto putt is 6. Greens are soft, fairways are normal. 11 stimp, calm wind, and we're at sea level. I'm sure nobody's surprised. Cleaned up a little here, because it was a shit show before that, to say the least. She's loading up quick. The persistent bird chirping soundtrack is a little bit different in every course, so it's got to be adjusted. Okay, what are we up against here? 221 to the fairway, 371 total. Water, lots of water. Guys, I have people ask me from time to time why I do this. Why do I run the channel? And I say there is no why. Why does there have to be a why? I enjoy it. Someday when I'm too old and decrepit to golf, maybe I'll look back on these videos and say, you should have stopped while you were ahead, or maybe I'll say, you should have kept going. Maybe you could have got to the point where you were competing at whatever level, right? There is no motivation. I'm not here to make money. I'm not here to get clicks. I'm not here to get subscribers. I do believe that ball's taking a bath. This track's a little loud here. It's good, just a little too good. Not a good way to start out a round, but could happen to anyone. Let's go ahead and re-hit and put a ball in this direction. I'm not sure what happened there. Looks like open club face. Guys, I think an open club face is more dangerous than an equally closed club face. Just causes so many problems. That might be wet too. No, we'll be fine. What club is this? The 5er? I don't know if I like the 5er being lofted to where it's lofted. We'll keep an eye on it. 150 to the pin. Come back, come back. All right, we're on in 4. And what that means is this putt doesn't mean shit. It still would have been nice to make it. I can't remember what the gimmies are set to. Okay, doubles are what one gets when one puts the ball in the drink. All right, so we're hitting over more water. Not my favorite activity. I'd rather be swimming in it than hitting golf balls over it, but I guess if you hit enough golf balls into it, you can go swimming and get some of them back. Little strong there. That ball went entirely too far. Oh shit. This is the first occurrence of soft greens I've had today. Need to have like a little reminder screen right here that says, today you are playing soft greens with a 10 stimp or whatever. You are playing at such and such an altitude. Because it matters, especially if you're trying to go below par. You need to have every little piece of information you can have about the course. Okay, so we went double and then single. Hopefully we can, geez, hitting over more water, huh? Guessing this is a real course somewhere. Insane. Had a ton of spin. Attack angle was not, I would say, not awesome. Anyway. Ball's going to want to break pretty hard once it crests the hill. I thought I needed to just get it rolling, but that kind of backfired on us there. First par of the round, if I am not mistaken. Okay, I really don't want my wallet in my sweaty ass pocket. All right, despite my best efforts, that was still, holy shit, that was far enough over to go in the water. That's 2 times in the drink already. Oh, that was such a bad shot. 40 yards offline? Jesus. Okay, we still came over the top. Let's really kick this back foot back, make them pay here. And it seems to be going in the same direction. That's wet too. Jesus. Okay, let's try it again. Guys, this round's pretty much blown at this point, but that was 60 yards offline. Let's hit, do we have wind? We don't even have wind. Okay. We'll just keep hitting this until we get the hole max or we get on a fairway. I don't know what's going on with driver. All right, and then we overcompensated in the opposite direction, and it still might be wet. Apparently there's just water everywhere. Okay, we're out. Normal rough, 178. It's a flat lie through a tree though. That's pretty good to have a flat lie. Not a bad shot. You can see that we were almost in another body of water. So if you're playing here at Whistler Nicklaus or whatever this is, Bay Point Nicklaus, mind your P's and Q's. Can this go? There, let's just put it over here. Guys, SGPRO is a video game. It's not even that good of a video game. I am not sure where this wants us to hit, but I see, it looks like it wants us to go to this island, which I find strange. So the trees are rendered in the environment, but they're not rendered in the mini-map. Unless I'm stupid, which is obviously 100% entirely possible. I don't see trees in the mini-map, which is fine. Bit confusing as to where you're supposed to go though. but I think that the one on the left's an entirely different hole. And the reason I say that is because it doesn't have any of those white bubbles on it that are telling you to go that direction. That might be wet. Nah, we're fine. $120 to the pin ski. Let's try this 1 length approach wedge. Excuse me. That was soft. We'll see if it's wet. Yep. This is a nightmare of a course here. Next option, let's re-hit. Guys, if you can re-hit here or in the golf course, don't leave off on a bad shot. Okay, we're over this time. That's clearly my, so the approach wedge is clearly like my 110 club, which I don't know what that in turn makes my pitching wedge. But anyway, like I was saying, if you can and you have the opportunity, even if you don't count the second ball and you're outside, drop another ball so that your mind doesn't end on that bad ball. I'm not saying to hit 15 shots off the tee, because you ain't gonna make any friends doing that. What I am saying is, if you like botch a chip shot onto the green or something, just pull your other ball out of your pocket, say, hey, I'm hitting another one, and then chip it. If it's a better ball, you obviously can't use it if you're keeping score. Let's take a look at the replay on that. I think it rolled over the hole, and I love looking at these replays. Is there a better way to look at this replay? Both of the replay options suck. Okay, where are we at? Guys, we're having a rough round here. Now we got OB on the left and lateral on the right. What do we need? What do we need? What do we need? 250? What's my 250? 3 wood? All right, that started off good. Whoa, we should be okay. We weren't able to find any water that time. You're gonna have to wash your ball at the little thing next to the tee box, unfortunately. And the ball didn't go too terribly far. 58 yards. Okay, if we can get about 900 more of those, we can break par. Hey, Steve. Steve says, interesting course, keep positive. I'm saying that to me more than you. I am hitting bad today. Yeah, I'm not hitting that well either, brother. As you can see, I'm not even playing bogey golf here. Just a lot of water. I try to stay positive for the most part. Sometimes I'll have a really shitty round and start being a dick, but the rounds outside are getting better. The scores are coming down. My handicap's slowly coming down, so try to keep in mind this is basically a video game. 170. What do I want to hit for 170? A well-struck 7-iron. How you doing today, Steve? Did you have a bunch of Saturday chores you had to do? That had a ton of height. Peak, apex time, spin loft. It carried 165 and I needed it to go further. I should have hit a 6. And then what events have you played today? SGT stuff or Twisted Sticks if you're on that? That was unfortunate. We ain't getting any favors done for us today, boys. Okay, not a whole lot of danger here. You can end up in a bunker. Which is, I believe, where we will be. I have a hard time hitting anything left, and I know it's because I need to work on this outside over-the-top swing. Let's try to land like right there. Ball's going to want to come out of here left, and the water's left. Okay, what did we lose out of the bunker? Carry was 155 raw, 130, so we lost about 20 yards. Oh, that was a hosel rocket. Steve says he had to work this morning. He got home about an hour ago, went to the garage for a little to hit, and then he's cooking some brats for dinner. That actually sounds really good. What event? Did you play any events in the sim, or did you just hit on the range? There's another double. Man, brats sound really good. Okay, there's a sky ball for you. It won't even probably be in the fairway. .323. Little dangerous up here. This course is not easy. That's going to the right as well. Over the top. It was over the top even though my foot was clear back. That's crazy. I mostly have shitty rounds like this, but occasionally we have a low single digits or an under par round, and I think that's what keeps me coming back. Guys, you can see it's water, bunkers, water, bunkers. Like, I'm not able to really stay on a fairway here. When a round like this happens to you, keep your chin up and just know that you are lucky to be able to get reps in your garage. If you're outside and you're having a round like this, maybe consider going back to your car at the turn and calling it a day. But in the sim, just get your reps in and move on. Just like in real life, they can't all be winners. 150, 150, 150 with a tailwind too, in addition to that. Ball's close to the water. This course demands your accuracy. I honestly wouldn't have played it if I'd have known it was like this. This course is for probably lower handicap people with a smaller dispersion circle on their shots. But if you want to be frustrated, feel free to come on in and play this one. If not, I would probably put it on the old back burner and maybe play it again when it rolls around the next time. Steve says he's going to do the web tour tomorrow. He was using the square, hitting on Awesome Golf, trying to get a few swings in before tomorrow. I still got to make the square connect to Awesome Golf. I really like Awesome Golf. And if the square could connect to that Home Tee Hero, man, Home Tee Hero is dope. It's low fidelity, but you can pretty much find any course in the world. Holy shit, another bogey. What do you know? Let's try to maybe keep it under 20 over. But you can see on every hole it's some water or some OB or some lateral. Pretty bad shot, but it's not wet, it's not OB, and we're not taking a drop. I'd call that a win. $1.99. That ball actually started left and then started to turn right. Right, I can't see tracers on my balls at the real golf course, but you don't really see too many balls that kind of do this, like they do an S-curve in the air. Steve says, awesome golf for practice, GS Pro for rounds. I feel you there. All right, let's see if we can hit another hideous tee shot. Driving's generally a chore here in the simulator. Nothing you haven't heard me say 100 times before. I don't even know if that's where I was aimed. It was 18 yards offline to the right. So now I think I might have been aimed on the left of the bunker. That was a really bad shot. Oh. 214. Shit, let's just hit this club again. Get those reps in, guys. Get the reps in, get the reps in, get the reps in. That's how professionals develop muscle memory, is through repetition. You're not going to wake up one day and be good at golf. Crushing It says he ended up plus 13, so my goal can be to beat him. Yeah, we'll see. I would need some birdies and to quit making so many mistakes. I've just played too much golf lately. I'm tired, I'm sore. I should take a break, but I will be back out here tomorrow. You can bet on that. That putt was hot. I must have missed something. We were downhill. No, because now we're downhill again. Okay, we are not going to get 13 under. We put too many balls in the drink. If I see this come up again in my queue, I will skip it. This course is, what's the word for it? Not fun. 200. $84. Crushing It says the back nine's easier than the front nine. I would have to agree. The front nine was just water, 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 water everywhere. See you, Steve. Thanks for stopping in. Hope those brats are delicious, sir. That didn't break at all. These greens are, what is their speed here? I don't feel like 11. $14. We got 5 holes left. Let's see if we can do something here, except now we're playing with water again. I guess it's better than playing with fire. Why is this driver so hard to hit? It's not that much different than a 3-wood. It's teed up though. Like, what's so different about it, I wonder? It's hard to hit it straight. It's crazy. Over the top, okay, we know that. We know the ProTee does not like over the top. This is a par 4, but I would say going for this is maybe not the best idea you've ever had. What is it at? 190 into a wind here. Pretty tough shot, guys. Let's see if I can get over somewhere maybe in this bunker, and then we'll chip out probably for a bogey, which is crazy because you shouldn't be scoring this shitty on a 385-yard par 4. If it's far enough, it'll be fine. It will be wet. Guys, I think we've put 5 or 6 balls in the drink today. But one thing I will not do is quit out of a round no matter how bad it gets. Let's go ahead and re-hit. Let's reinforce in our minds that we can make this shot. But let's go ahead and aim way over into way past the bunker here. There we go. We can get the shot across the water. It just didn't quite happen on the first try, right? That may be the shot we wanted, but it may be wet again. Nope, that's the shot we wanted. Beautiful little shot. We could have got it up there for par, but now we're getting it up there for double, maybe triple. Just get her to the hole. She's gonna leak way bad at the end. Almost side doored that hole, that's hilarious. Okay, another double. We're probably not gonna get out of here under 20 over. The game's all over the place. The other day I hit 3 under. Now I'm almost 20 over. It's pretty crazy. Obviously the course has stuff to do with it. How rested you are, if you've been taking your vitamins, if you've been saying your prayers before bed. Stuff like that. That is way slicey. Oh, right into a bunker. Yeah, guys, this round wasn't meant to be. Let's get our reps in. All right, what do we got to go? What do we got to go? We still have 220 to go, and of course it's by water. Let's aim way to the left and maybe chip over to the green. There we go. That is gonna be wet, guys, despite our best effort. Stay out of there. Guys, I don't know what's going on today. I cannot hit a golf ball. Let's go next option. Let's re-hit. Reinforce in our minds that we can make this shot. Not a bad shot. This has been more of a practice round, I'd say. A lot of re-hits, etc. Next round will be better. I don't think it can be worse. That's way too far. I don't know why these greens feel so quick. Oh, and then that one won't go. What's that, a 10? Let's get out of this round. It's trash. I want it to go away. We got lateral on the left, OB on the right. Let's try to keep the driver under control. Very difficult club to master. I'm having a pretty rough go with it. Okay, that started straight. It's a high fade. Won't be in the fairway. Let's see what we can do to get out of the round here. 213 on a par 4 still left. 213. That's going left. Guys, we honestly should not be in here right now. The hitting is so abysmal. But get your reps in. 66 yards. We'll play 1 or 2 more rounds and then go in, rest up, hydrate up. We done? We done? No, we still got 2 holes to go. Gross, dude. 186. Those usually come back over, but no such luck. We'll be pin high-ish. Guys, part of mid to high handicap golf is inconsistency. You're starting to get to where you can get the ball in the air. You're not topping as much stuff. You're not thicking as much stuff, but the consistency isn't there. You're starting to see some low rounds outside, but they leave as fast as they show up, and the next thing you know, you're hitting a 97 again. Just know that you are on the correct track and don't quit. Okay, this is a dangerous hole, but the score's kind of blown right now anyway. This is a score I would have gotten a year ago this time. If you can believe it, that ball went left and it's going to go in the water. I can't believe it, but I also can't believe it's not butter. Hit again. You don't want to end on a shitty shot like that. Re-hit. All you got to do is get it up here. That's it. These rounds are going to happen. Okay, 180 to the pin. You can see it's littered with danger. Oh, that hurt. That felt toey. Dude, we are water magnets today. Okay, at least it wasn't red. What do we got to go, 70? Tough shot. This ball's going to want to go low. You're hitting off a downhill. I actually wouldn't hit this shot in real life. I'd move the ball. Little bit of break. We've had thunderstorms and water and tons of rain and all kinds of shit here lately. Okay, guys, that's a really very forgettable round. I couldn't keep my ball out of the water. Let's look at the stats. This is one of those shit happens rounds. Put it in your toolbox and remember it. If you keep practicing, those rounds should be pretty few and far between. What do we got here? I can't do that. Flying Fat Kid and I did this morning and it's saying resume. I don't know why GS Pro does that. I don't know why GS Pro does lots of things. I'm not hitting well enough to start the tips tour. Let's play the web tour. 5,700 yard tees, Thursday pins, gimme auto putts 5, normal greens, firm fairways, 11 stimp, no wind, and then we're at about 850 feet above sea level. The good news is there's no way this round can be worse than the last one. And I'm not going to say knock on wood. I'm not going to say anything stupid like that. It legit can't be as bad as the last one was. Let's see here. Nothing's really firing. I'm too tired and sore. I don't really have a go-to club right now, so having a real hard time keeping the ball left. Flying Fat Kid said something funny as hell this morning. He said, quality on the left, quantity on the right. And that was in reference to the type of golf balls you find on the golf course, right? Usually the better golfers, their misses to the left, assuming they're right-handed. So you're going to find your Pro V1s and your Taylormades and your nice balls over on the left. And over on the right, slicers like me, that's where you're going to find all the lots of different balls, but they usually won't be as nice as the ones you'll find on the left. And I said, that's a very interesting like bit of insight, right? Okay, we had a decent drive and then pulled the approach. .23 out of the bunker. Very unfortunate shot there. She's dribbling, but there's no chance of going in. There's our bogey. Let's try to keep the score more under control on this round. Well, these two rounds. 144 uphill, little bit of wind helping out. That's probably going to be down in that weird, oh shit, it was actually a good shot. I thought it was going to be down in that rough on the hill. I see water. What do we got here? 360 yard par. That's a pretty wide open landing zone. There is some trouble though. Ooh, that didn't even go 200 yards. I'm glad this is a short hole. Good, very good strike. It's just over to the right. Might even come back into the green. No, not quite. That thing came out pretty hot. It's probably cost us a stroke. Oh, okay, there's another bogey. 269. This is drivable for some folks, not me in particular. You can see the course designers telling you don't even think about it unless you're extremely accurate. So let's try to hit a little 180, 190 yard thing here. That was a 5-iron, a pretty good strike there. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut on occasion, right? Ooh, there's that blind squirrel. He's getting that nut. Get that nut. Looks like I let a fly in here when I was doing my chores. Guys, we're getting beat up off the tee box pretty bad when using particular clubs. That was very toey. That actually kind of hurt my arm. 262. How much trouble can we get in with a 3-wood here? Just got to keep it relatively straight. $40 yards. Let's see if we can get tight on the pin and maybe get us a little birdie here. You guys see how crazy this is? We just went 23 under par, and then we just had 2 birdies in a row. If that ain't inconsistent golf, somebody's probably going to need to tell me what inconsistent golf looks like. Okay, here's another birdie look, but it's a pretty hard breaker. Let's just get it to the hole. 12 and a half feet. It'll go in if it wants to. Okay, we'll take birdies and pars all day long. If you can hit nothing but birdies and pars, you're going to be in good shape when it's time to tally your score at the end of the round. Shit, if you can do nothing but birdies and pars, you're basically a professional golfer, honestly. I gotta go re-grip this 4 hybrid sucker. $150. What's our $150 club? We might be all right. I'm thinking short. Let's get our par. We should be able to get a par here. .425-yard par 4. Let's keep it smart here. Hit little fairway finders if we can. I think we got 2 flies in here now. All right, guys, that's not gonna get us a par or a birdie. Hopefully it's inbounds. Let's lateral out. Could try to hit over the tree, but it's gonna be hard to get any loft here. Let's hit the 58 degree and see if I can't get into the fairway. There's a little bit of medicine. We got 220 to the pin. Uphill. Another short par 4. Looks like we gotta clear some muck to get to the fairway, which shouldn't be a big deal, assuming I can hit this 4 hybrid today. It's wandering a little to the right, but should be okay for the next shot. Ooh, it bounced into the deep rough. We know we got to add, probably need to hit about 180 yards to get up there, whatever that club happens to be for you. That's unfortunate. See, a golf ball hitting a rock at high velocity, I can see that thing ricocheting pretty good. I'll give GS Pro that. That might be the only physic they have correct here. We were not able to generate any backspin, unfortunately, not enough. Thank God this is a short course. My driver's not working, so I'm hitting this 4 hybrid. That might be in the right hand rough. No, it let us have it. Should hit probably your 170 club here. Don't bounce into the bunker. This is a nasty one, guys. Downhill lie. This might not come out no matter what I do. Looking at maybe another bogey here. Oh, so close. At least it didn't roll right over the edge of the hole. That actually had a physical effect on the ball. Not quite as far as we wanted to go, but they never are. They never are. You're battling water in OB. Water's less of a penalty than the OB. Just walk your way down the fairway. Don't need a bunch of stupid ass shots into the water like I was making on that other round. $120 into the pin. Guys, that was kind of a waste of a stroke. I suppose we're closer to the pin, but tough part, 12 feet. Oh, that stinks. Should have left it in the cup. Okay, we're up to 2 over again, which I don't love. Remember, this is round 1 of 2 total rounds. Got a great big landing area here. It looks like we're going to need every yard of it. Keep on hitting these damn clubs to the right. $150 to the pin. It's going to be short, I think. It's nice and fat. All right, that's going to go. It might stick. It did stick. Bad approach shot. typically going to look at a bogey here unless I can drain this putt. Barely missed it. We ain't doing too bad. Nasty golf course, guys. Look how narrow this fairway is. Par 5. It doesn't want you on the fairway because it doesn't want you to get a birdie, right? Left is basically you're dead. And we went right. Should be okay. We'll just keep inching our way up toward the pin. Not a very long shot, and you don't want to hit these rocks or you're certainly leaving with some bruises. Wind is blowing real hard outside. Hope we don't start seeing the power flicker. Shoot. All right, hit what you got to hit to get out of here. But you're going to lose a lot of power. Let's take a look at the numbers on that shot. You'll see we lost a lot of speed. 113 carry in GS Pro, 170, 161 carry raw. That was uphill out of the rough. So that errant tee shot's gonna cost us another stroke unless we can get real in touch with the pin here. Pretty close, but we're gonna have a leaky putt here. We'll see if we can get her in. This is a nasty little putt here, guys. I would be surprised if it stays up. Sit, don't make me putt again. All right, just stay dry. That was a miss hit. Stay dry. It's over the top. You don't want to come over the top with your irons, ever, 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 ever. You don't want to come over the top with anything unless you're trying to shot shape. Right? Right. Yes, sir. Ah, trash. Save the best for last. Luckily, this hole is shorter than hell. 200 to the pin. Man, I swear they were just Muskoka. I swear we played this for something recently. Saved it. Okay, round two, round one, 2 over, pretty good scorecard. There are your stats. Couldn't use driver much on this round. And I don't suspect we'll be able to use it much on round 2 either. But by then it'll be dinner time. Wind's breezy now. I don't see a lot of other changes. Since I know the driver's not firing on all cylinders today, I'm not going to use it too much in this round. Wind's gonna push me toward the water. I did that to myself. Let's go ahead and re-hit. Try to do better this time. Not a great start. For some reason, I'd say 85–90% of the time these woods, they go right. Sometimes I'll hook one. But you can see I had to be quite far offline to get the ball to go where I did. Over the top. We need to not come over the top. I just did it again, dude. Guys, this is crazy. Holy shit. Okay, I got to get contact with this wood. Not like your old high school girlfriend, but in a different way. It was the same toey over the top shot. Okay, I've got that one to hook. All right. Rough hole, but we will adapt, and overcome. And hopefully we can get out. Web and Web Plus are usually pretty easy. SGT is not too bad. Pro and tips are really where the diarrhea dial gets turned up to 11. Okay, seeing, let's carry 111, carry 107. That actually checks out. I think I might have, no, that doesn't check out. That's 10 yards short. Okay, we needed that. Unfortunately, that was a snowman. Let's let that one go and move on to the next hole. We got some wind. Wind's definitely a thing now. Okay, I don't think the wind got that at all. All right, so a quad and then a single. Let's just keep it under control the best we can. 200. That launched straight to the right. So somehow had an open club face. Let's see if this rock's got colliders. It does. We're not gonna get out of here alive, guys. We gotta take a sim drop. Highly unfortunate, but we will again adapt and overcome. That shot's too dangerous. If you bounce off any of those rocks, there's no guarantee where the ball's gonna go, especially in this particular piece of software. Shot quality is already noticeably different than round one. And that goes back to that inconsistency with high handicap golfers. Definitely noticing a difference in shot quality. That was an unfortunately good shot. I'd like to look at the numbers on that. Lost about 10 yards of carry. All right, score's bloating up pretty good here. We're already well above what we were on round one. Nothing changed but the wind. Pretty bad shot, and it's rolling back. Like, we'll hold the space bar to hurry it up. Guys, if you're trying to win in this video game, check your shots, check your heat maps, check your landing zones, check your targets. There are plenty of other sim tubers that are way less reckless than I am. That just died, boy. That rolled 8 feet in my simulator. Okay, maybe this will be a tale of two nines. I don't feel like we were doing that bad. It's just, it's not working out. I'm not really able to hit a lot of my longer clubs very well right now. That sucks. Guys, make sure you aim before you hit your tee shot, because this is the same bunker we were in last time. Make sure you aim before you hit your tee shot. Come on, come back over. That's probably too much. Get up there. Ooh, it's gonna make us putt again, yet again. Make sure this one dies at the hole or you're gonna miss it high. I wouldn't say that was a very good example of what I just said, but it'll suffice. Over the top, swipe across the ball, and you will get that little power fade pattern there that you just saw. You could see that ball did not want to go in the hole. It started to veer off toward the Jersey barrier right there at the end, but it did it anyway. Did it again. Stay up, just stay up. It's going to be kind of a crummy shot out of there. Par 5 though, so it doesn't necessarily guarantee a bogey if we can get up the fairway. Terrible shot. I felt the club twist in my hand. Now we are guaranteed a bogey. Probably a double now. You can't hit that many bad shots on one hole and expect anything good to come out of it. We are getting beat up. It's going to make us putt. This is for bogey. You're honestly lucky to get out of a hole hitting that many bad shots with just a bogey. .150 up to the pin with a headwind. Quite a headwind, actually. I don't think that's going to cut the mustard. Oh, we hit the back of that hill. That was actually a nice shot. Let's see if we can get in tight to the pin. It's one of those shots that keeps you coming back, right? No, come back. Shit. Is that OB? Okay. Narrowly avoided danger there, guys. 32, playing 37 out of this crap. I'd say you got to hit this pretty firmly. Pretty good considering. Probably, we might be able to sink this, but you're looking at likely a bogey. All right, we're up to 10 over. We had a rough couple of holes. We've been doing pretty good since then. Pars and bogeys, I think. You might get on this green, you might not. This shot's not really in my bag. Not for a green that small. Oh, it's drawing over. That's not what we wanted, and it's so long. Don't roll. All right. You've got to be on the green. You got to be on the green in one or pretty lucky to not bogey on a par 3. It's just the law of the jungle. Pin's close. That's not going to cut it. That's 2 bad shots on a par 3. Hopefully we can get out of here with just a bogey. Little zippy zip there. Ball's still going. We're probably looking at a dub or a triple. Pretty nasty little green. Guys, just try to hit the green in one. This is going to be a pretty costly hole. Uphill, braking, it's going to slow down. Okay, lucky to get out of there with a dub, honestly. Let's see if we can play these last 6 or 7 holes wisely and not take too much of it. More strokes on the score. Sorry, I'm trying to concentrate here. I don't mind that Healy little fairway finder. We're gonna get smushed between water and OB here. It's a par 5. Hit a club that you're confident with here and don't do anything stupid. I wanted a little more distance than that. Certainly not safe here. Just kind of inching up the fairway. Had a bad tee shot. Let's see if we can be on in 4. Okay, usually when they hit like that, they roll out a lot more, so that's a bit disappointing. But that was a lot of bad shots on one hole. Let's take our bogey and go to the next hole. Let's try to capitalize on something on this back 9. It sucks when you can't hit your driver. I think that's truly the hardest club to master. It can get you, bring you so much joy and so much like heartache all in one round. I just can't hit it in, I can't hit it in here for some reason. I don't know what it is, but I think someday I'll figure it out. 120 to the pin. Wind everywhere. Oh shit, don't go in there. There's our one mistake for the hole. If you're not able to park the ball within putting distance, you are probably taking a bogey. Tuned in for the algorithm. What's up, brother? What's up, brother? The algorithm. Wasn't he a vice president or something? Okay, guys, very stark difference between round 2 and round 1. We got 5 holes left. We would have to play some damn good golf to keep it under 10. But I don't have my driver in the bag, so we got to just kind of pick these holes apart a little bit at a time. Driver is out of the bag. If it ain't working, don't keep hitting it. I think this is exactly where we were last time. Shank and Birdie sent 3, only what I can, it looks like 3 green laughing faces. Oh, I get it now. I got you, buddy. I'm picking up what you're putting down there. Too many mistakes on that hole. We'll probably be going up to about 15 over par. It's pretty crazy you can have two such different rounds. Another bogey, so we're 15 up now. We were only 2 over at the end of the first round. And I don't think I was able to use my driver in that round either. Let's just, since the round's pretty much blown, let's just go ape shit for the rest of the round here. That's about as much as I got there for the 5 wood. I can't give it any more. Wind is blowing outside the garage real bad right now. Just like this round. Devilish little green here. Get her up or she's coming back. Too far. Let's putt again and maybe again after that. Three holes remain, and then it is time to shut down the simulator and eat some dinner. Dinner, 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 dinner. That was Healy, but it should find a fairway. What do we got now? What do we got? What do we got? Par 4, 138. They're always uphill, aren't they? Shit, that's headed right. You don't want to be right at this green. Look at that drop off. Floppy flop. We might be able to make this putt. Honestly surprised it let it fall. Couple of holes left. I'm sore as shit. Turned around on that. Let's hope it's dry. All right, we're good. Not bad. What's the lie? Maybe a par, probably a bogey. Let me see what I can do here. A little leaky. It's leaky at the beginning. Oh, almost had that one. There's yet another bogey. Pretty bad round going here. If I could have kept it near the first round, still not competitive for the Web Tour, but my personal goal is to try and keep the round under 10 over. So if you're chasing the guys on the leaderboards on SGT, you're just going to be disappointed week after week after week. Okay, that's not going to lead anywhere good. Hopefully it's not out of bounds. Still over the top somehow. Let's see here, 150 yards out of here. We gotta crush this ball, guys. A couple more shots and we will be out of the round. That did not go where I wanted it to. Did we counter aim? I don't know what the lie was. It wasn't a bad shot. All right, that should get us out of the round. Pretty trash round compared to round one. You can see it's almost all bogeys and doubles. Let's look at stats. Guys, I can score lower than that outside, if that's not crazy to you. But I can hit my driver outside, so that's different. 5 pars, 1 birdie, 9 bogeys, 1 double, and then you got 2 double pluses, which is yuck. Nothing special here. 50% of fairways, that's because I can't hit driver. 32 putts. I don't know what any of this stuff means over here. 40-minute round. Let's go get back out to the GS Pro splash screen. Guys, I appreciate you tuning in as always. I know this was a long one. I think we played 3 full rounds. We're at 2 hours and 8 minutes broadcast time. I do appreciate you tuning in. It was a tale of 2 rounds. Very good first round and then really shitty second round. But we'll keep on continuing to improve, and hopefully those really bad rounds are a thing of the past eventually. Or very rare, maybe 1 a month or 1 every 2 months. But this is Turbo Talon Golf signing out. You guys have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow.